So, you want to write, huh? You want to write for Hollywood and become a pro screenwriter like me. Yeah, I did it. I did it for Star Trek The Next Generation and for Deep Space Nine. And I'm going to give you my 3 main tips to achieving your screenwriting dream. So, guys, I had always wanted to be a writer. At first, I wanted to be a novelist. I'll admit it. I wanted to be Stephen King, pretty much, or Isaac Asimov, or Ray Bradbury. But when you look at those guys, they wrote novels, sure, but they also wrote for movies and television. So that's what I said, you know what, let me start doing some screenwriting, yeah. So I found out about Star Trek, and I achieved it. How can you do the same? Well, let's talk about it. Okay, number 1, you gotta write. You've got to write a script. And when I say, of course, write a script, I mean that. I don't mean a treatment, an outline, a short story. You know, when you see the credits on TV shows and films, you'll see, usually TV shows, you'll story by, screen, or rather teleplay, written by. There's various credits. That all goes through, it's called WGA, Writers Guild of America Arbitration. But bottom line is, when you want to break into the biz, you have to write a script. Now, that is usually 55 to 65 pages for a drama. Sitcom, it's under 30, I guess about 25 or so. I wrote my own sitcom. I did my own original. I created one. And it was more for sort of a contest, or, actually it was an internship. And I guess that was about 28 pages. Bottom line, you've got to write the script. So learn, get the script writing software. I don't want to make it so easy, but meaning start to write, read books, buy some books on it, take some courses maybe, get to know the structure. And that's the most important thing. Your story, your script story for whatever episodic show. Mine was Star Trek. That'll come and that will be developed. But the screenwriting structure of that teleplay is important. You want to stand out and you want it to be professional. All right, so you wrote your script. You love it. It's great. Maybe you've let your friends and family read it and they love it as well. So what's the next step? Well, the next step is an agent, getting a WGA registered agent. Now, things have changed. We have streaming now. We have so many ways of writing for television, streaming now, movies, what have you. I'm focused on TV and more classic. And I still think, of course, it applies. You still need an agent. Where I was through an unagented process through Next Generation. Michael Piller opened up the show for any writer who wrote a proper teleplay to sell, to be considered for Star Trek The Next Generation. That's rare, unheard of. So you need an agent. Go to the WGA.com, look, Google it, AI it, get a list. Say a dozen at least, a couple dozen from a couple agencies. I went to William Morris, got a great agent interested in me, and he was very helpful right after I had sold my Deep Space Nine. So it's like that old chicken and the egg. Which comes first? You need an agent to break into the biz, but you need a script to get to the agent to get representation to submit. So you need to write that script to show to the agent, to tell them that, hey, I'm serious and I've got the talent to do it. And finally, last but not least, one of the most important is the gatekeeper. This is the person that you'll deal with to get the pitch meeting and or your script read. So you have to contact the show, the television show, the studio usually that's, affiliated with it. Mine was Star Trek The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine. I dealt then later with the Stargate production offices, with X-Files, with a show called Legend. This is what you've got to do. Dead Zone. I pitched to Dead Zone. See, Stephen King's Dead Zone. You've got to get to that gatekeeper, that person who takes the pitch calls, the writer calls that they have interest to write for the show, to set up a pitch meeting, to submit a script through an agent usually. But the thing with an agent too, I should tell you now, the agent is not going to do all the work for you. They're primarily there to broker your deal. When you get that deal, they'll send the contract, the negotiation details and such. I mean, they'll try to get you work as well. But you should be out there pretty much hustling to try to get that gig. So you should always be trying to call the production offices to get to the gatekeeper. Now, once they're to get to a gatekeeper, rather to, schmooze properly and get your pitch meeting or your script read, that's up to you. Obviously, be nice, be friendly. Do your research. Like, for example, with Stephen King's The Dead Zone, I had loved Stephen King's books. I read The Dead Zone, loved the feature film with Christopher Walken. So it was kind of easy for me. And then I set it up through the production offices, and they gave me the pitch meeting. So there you go. Good luck. Tell us what you think in the comments, the feedback. Give us your fears or your confusion or what you need more. I'll try to address it, okay? Good luck to you. Good luck with your Hollywood screenwriting career. It can be very, very rewarding. Hope you're enjoying. Hope you're subscribing. See you soon.